Welcome to Journey On. It's Pastor Karl and Jim. I almost said Pastor Jim and Karl. Nope, no, sir.
Well, you never know, Jim. There is a whole future that we are unaware of.
Absolutely. Not today. I don't think I'll be. Is it? So when you become a pastor, play on words. You know how I love these. Are you pasteurized? Is that how pasteurized?
I think there's we'll say sure. Why not?
Okay, yeah. So glad that you're healthy from that perspective. And we're here to talk about all things Journey Fellowship. And I want to start with just so much excitement happening with our Fargo family moving into a new location in the coming weeks, months, years.
Yep. It'll be the end of this month. We'll be moving in, and I was kind of taking an inventory of what needs to be done, and we can move in right now. We'd be moving a lot of things around to continue working. So by the end of this month, we should be, I think we'll have most of it done. If not, well, I know the doors won't be here, but most of it will be done. And we will have our first service August 2nd.
All right. Well, that's
so
exciting.
Yeah, very exciting.
Yeah. So close.
It is really cool.
And in Bismarck, if I'm looking at the calendar right, do we have potluck this week?
Yes, we do.
We do.
Yes,
All right. And what's the theme? I missed the service.
Oh, you don't know?
Yeah. Oh, well, I think I know, but I can't remember. Does that make sense?
Okay. Well, it does. You'll be surprised, and you're going to love this, I think.
Yeah.
Fair food.
Oh, yeah. Yep. I do remember fair food. Yes, because we're going to have deep fried deviled eggs.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know who's doing it.
I don't either. I guess I got some work to do between now and
then. Fair food. All right. Well, I will. Maybe I should supply the Rolaids because that's what fair food does to me these days.
Not a bad idea. Bring some Pepto.
Yeah. What's the stuff you take ahead of time? Pepsid or something?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, like that would be a good one. Everybody put that at a table beforehand, and then we're doing good things. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited to be back at the service. So I missed being with our family this week, and I was on a motorcycle ride to Canada and back, and the fine folks of Canada send their smoke in greeting. You're welcome. But had a fantastic experience. I'm glad to be back safe and excited to see everybody this week, including being back on the worship team.
Right.
I was at a Sundance with the Blackfoot Native Americans, and they do drumming and singing. So I missed drumming the whole time I was there. I just got to hear drums, and I kept thinking, man, I sure would like to be drumming someplace. I get to do that this week. I'm very, very blessed and happy to be with the team here. And I know we've got a new series that's starting, but you just wrapped up. Yeah, you just wrapped up the series on Psalms with not the last one. You chose to go a different route, and you went pretty close to the beginning, Psalm 22.
Right. Yeah, Psalm 22 and kind of an emphasis on suffering, meaning of life, and purpose, because they're all wrapped together. If your meaning in life is derived from something material or something earthly, even another human relationship, well, they dissolve, people pass away, people move. There's all kinds of reasons where that relationship might not continue. Material things decay, and bank accounts sometimes, money goes away. Surprisingly, every month it goes away, and I'm still trying to trace that. But yeah, if our meaning in life is derived from something of this world, well, when that goes away, and oftentimes it does, then what happens to your meaning? And I think that's one of the reasons we have so much depression and anxiety, is because we're deriving who we are, right? Our meaning in life is derived from something that's fleeting. And when we move outside that world and see that there's only one that we can put, one that isn't fleeting, one that is eternal, we can derive our meaning from that. That gives us that peace beyond understanding. We don't have to know what's going on. He does. Yeah. And that involves suffering. And you and I talked a little bit before. Suffering has a purpose. God doesn't allow anything for just no reason or to be
Mm,
malicious. God allows or allocates, so that means suffering has a purpose. And
mm,
so often we feel like we need to know, why did this happen? Well, so many times, how many times have we said this in church? We're not God.
mm.
And
Thank God.
we may,
Yeah.
yeah, thank God that, amen. Um, we may never know the meaning, but there's I gave three really good purposes. It keeps us closer, draws us closer to Him. Suffering should draw us closer.
Mhm.
Uh, one of the things we talked about, there's a lot of sayings. The one I think that most people have heard or latch onto is the same sun that softens the wax hardens the clay. And what that really means is the same suffering can either draw you closer to God or turn you from.
Mhm.
And so that's our free will. That's our choice. Are we going to wallow in our pity, if you will, and be mad at God and turn from God? That is a choice, and a lot of people take
Right.
that choice, unfortunately. Or it can draw you closer, and I think that's one of God's intentions is to draw us closer. How many times when you're, oh, I'm sorry, you're going to say something.
Oh no, I was gonna kind of leapfrog on that, and it doesn't have to be just a single eternal decision in our short lives either, right? Because
Yeah.
we can be softened this time, and the same thing could happen whatever amount of time later, and then we might be hardened, and then back and forth. And I think it's important to recognize, excuse me, as part of the human experience, that it's not just a one-time thing. What
Mhm.
what I'm hearing from you is that the same sun can the same suffering brings us closer to God, and then we might pull away from God, and then we draw closer to God. Ideally, in the vacuum that I think we all really yearn for, in that perfect world, we would always be drawing closer to God.
Right.
And I experience when I'm at my best, of course, I'm drawing
Yeah.
closer to God through the good, the bad, the ugly, the indifferent, through all of things. And I think when I'm at my best, going back to what you talked about with um, uh, what are we honoring? What is it that we're drawn to? Is it the
Right.
material things? I just talked about I want to go to church to get the food and play drums. Well, that's the result, right? That's the
Sure.
result of dedicating my life to God, and that's the underlying reason that these things are happening. And there when I'm at my best, that's the reason for it. At other times, that might be a more surface reason that I'm that
Sure.
I'm doing it. And
Sure.
for me, I continue to do it because there's a fake it till you make it aspect to it, that helps
Sure.
me get through the tough times. Uh,
Yeah.
when I'm feeling, I don't like the word imbalanced, but out of balance, right?
Sure. Yeah.
So when I'm in a good place, I could recognize the hardening quicker and let things go. Assuming that the comparison you're making is we're the wax when it's good and the clay when it's bad, right? Is that what you were intending, or are we melting when we're bad?
You know, that's a really good question, and
Yeah.
I think not to read too much into that
Mm.
saying,
Hmm.
because melted wax it can be a good thing. I suppose it can be a bad thing. Your candle's burning out, and hardened
Yeah.
clay can be a good thing, can be a bad thing. I
Right.
think it's just that duality
Right.
in suffering can have
Hmm.
uh, two outcomes
Right.
for us, and
So
yeah,
maybe our best is a nice clay pot with a candle in it, and
with a
and then
candle in it, so we get the best of both worlds.
best of both worlds. Yeah, and
Boom,
set us in the sun,
boom,
and we're good.
perfect. Mic drop.
Um,
Let's end.
well, good night, everybody. Make sure
Yeah.
to tip your servers.
Yep.
I heard you mention the title of a song in the message, "We Are the Body." All right, "We Are the
Oh,
Body
right,
of
right,
Christ."
right.
Yep,
Yeah,
that was in there. Always, I love that song, by the
I
way.
do too. That's a great song.
And service to humanity came to mind. I think you actually may have said the phrase. And we were talking earlier. Janita and I got to know each other early in our relationship through the JCs, which for
Hmm.
younger people is a civic organization that there are still some chapters around, but used to be the JCs that would participate in everything from raising funds for various charities to demolition derbies were big. different
Sure.
fundraisers, all these different things that's tractor pulls and things that we'd put together, a lot of sporting events. But we'd begin JC meetings with a creed, and the very last line was "Service to humanity is the best work of life."
Hmm.
And that was for a time, Janita and I, for that time where we were getting to know each other, that was our community, were the JCs,
Sure.
and that became an important part of our lives. And I think that continues today, and it naturally evolved into the relationship we have with our family now.
Yeah.
And I think that being part of the body as serving others is a peaceful place to be. It's work, and it
Yeah.
makes whether I'm feeling good or bad, servicing others is a good thing. Like, it brings me back to a grounded place.
Yeah.
So I
Absolutely.
appreciated hearing that as well.
Yeah.
And then we have in the past, we've kind of done a transition by going through all of the series when we go from one series to another. Uh,
Sure.
Not this time. I'm just not prepared for it, and
Sure.
maybe we'll take a look at it down the road. But one thing I heard in your prayer after the message this last week is, just because we're done with this series doesn't mean we're done with the Psalms. And I want to continue to encourage everyone in the family to continue in the Psalms. It's been eye-opening for me, ear-opening, soul-opening, heart-opening. And I would like to continue to encourage that we, whether it's in our small groups and our discussions, maybe even in our messages. I know that we're going into a new series, but there's no
Yeah.
reason we can't continue to look into
Oh,
this songbook that we've discovered, right? Our top 150.
yeah.
Oh boy, there you go. There's a
If only more churches knew about this songbook, right? We should.
yeah, we should let them know.
Yeah,
Maybe
we
send a
should.
letter or something. We could write a book. Ooh,
Call
a
it Psalms.
songbook. Yeah, yeah. Here's a challenge. If somebody would do this, I don't know what I can offer you. My gratitude and admiration.
Yep.
Rank the Psalms. Just do an old Casey Kasem, your top 150,
There
and
you
and
go.
rank them. And we're easily we could start with they're already in order, but you got
Yeah.
to rank them by what you get from them. So there's there's your challenge. That's the best I can offer. But we're moving into the book by C.S. Lewis now, the Screwtape Letters.
Right.
That's and boy, this title that you've given this series, uh, I don't have a drum roll right here, but
Right.
I'm going to give you, like, let's Salah, let it breathe. Okay, what is the title of this series?
The title of our upcoming series, and I hope everyone's sitting down, or at least if you're listening while you're driving, pull over.
Right, right.
Screwtape, the series.
Boom. That is a mic drop moment right there. I understand we have a graphic for it.
Yep.
We have messages that'll be coming for a
They
series.
should apply. Absolutely. Hopefully.
Absolutely. So for those that have read the book, we
Mhm.
have an idea of what's coming. For those that haven't, you still have an opportunity. Maybe that's not the place that you're in right now, and you will just be coming to hear the messages. How about, and I know, so we'll begin this coming weekend with letters 1 through 4 approximately. You're going to
Yep.
see how it comes together. Did,
Yeah.
did we ever look up to see how many letters there are in total?
31, I believe.
31. Okay. So we can do some math to figure it out. I'm not going to bring out the calculator right now, but well, and it depends on how we do. There are times that another message might fit into this series that doesn't necessarily come out of any letters. Yada yada yada. Did you confirm 31?
31. Yep.
31. Um, but so we will be talking about those specifically, but maybe just a quick, could you give like a overview of what the screw tape letters is? Like, what could we expect in
Oh,
this
sure.
series? Yeah,
Yeah. So the more I try and explain this, I found that it sounds weirder and weirder the more
perfect.
often I do it. So I
Yeah.
apologize if it sounds like uh, something that is blasphemous or heretical. It absolutely is not. So
Mm.
Screwtape Letters was written by C.S. Lewis, and the essentials on the need to know is Screwtape is a master demon. And right there, people go, "What in church?" He's a master demon who is apprenticing or mentoring
Hmm.
Wormwood, who is an up and coming demon. And then he's giving him advice on how to guide his patient that would be inhabitants of the world, us,
Hmm.
uh, into, and this gets me every time, guiding his or mentoring his um, wormwood.
It's his nephew, right?
It is his nephew too.
Yeah,
Yep. And he's guiding him on how to keep his patient from becoming a Christian
right.
or a member of the enemy's army, basically, enemy being God, which is interesting.
It's
It's always
so
capitalized.
crazy to, yeah, it's crazy to, I
Yeah,
listened to the book and I have to almost adjust my brain. Like I have to shift in reverse while I'm going about 20 miles an hour each time I listen to the letters because
right.
it's like I have to, well, wait, what did he say? And then I have to
Yeah,
remember what we're listening to.
yeah.
So that's, and yeah, and there's a series of things that happen throughout these letters that will be revealed as we go through the
Yeah,
series. Um, C.S. Lewis, by the way, is an interesting person, right? He began, correct me if I'm wrong, but what I understand is he began as an atheist or something of sorts, and through a series of studies became a Christian. Like,
that's what I understand too.
yeah, and because what's the famous series that he wrote, C.S. Lewis? Is he,
Tales of Narnia.
yeah, Narnia, which
Yeah.
is and I honestly I don't know, is that Christian based or is
I
that,
believe it is. Yeah, I
yeah,
believe it is. The characters,
the
there's a line in there, who yeah, each
he
one of the characters.
resurrects. Yeah, the
Yep.
lion resurrects, and
Hmm.
it felt as a kid, it felt like to me, well, he stole that story. Like he stole that story from the Bible. But so,
Right.
and as a kid, not understanding
Sure.
what themes are in books and things. But
Yep.
so anyway, okay. And then so the first four chapters, assuming this is going to be an introduction of sorts, and
Yeah,
kind
it
of
is.
settling into the series.
It is. And I actually was thinking about this even this morning as I was kind of working on it. The the feeling could be if I'm not reading the book, right, for some reason I've decided not to read or listen to
Mhm.
the book, then there's really nothing for me. And I what
Oh,
we're going to be doing, and you asked this last week, and I think I'll answer the question this weekend, but I'll answer it now too. Uh what I'm going to take each chapter and give a highlight from each chapter.
mm, hmm,
um, and attempt to do justice to the main theme of each letter because each letter has kind of a main theme. So I don't want to short any letter, but then I think like this week specifically, there's an overall message
mm,
included in all four of those chapters and
sure.
possibly even the entire book that I want to give some time to as well. So even if somebody decides they don't want to do the reading or listening,
Hmm.
I absolutely am convinced that it will be a message for them as well because what C.S. Lewis is talking about applies to all Christians. So we can
Right.
just move that over. Now, if you don't understand the character names and the reversing enemy is God and all that stuff, that's okay because I'm going to walk through each one and hopefully
Hmm.
that's not a hiccup.
Yeah, you actually just touched on something that's been um, in the back of my mind. There's been something poking at why I honestly hadn't been real excited about this series. It feels like we're stepping away from the Bible, and to me, that feels like why are we doing a book study in church?
Yeah,
And I think this is a great time to address it because if it's been bothering me, maybe others feel that way
sure.
too. And
Yep.
the message that we'll have isn't a book study. It's using the letters and using this piece of art,
Literature.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Art for
literature,
sure. Yep.
uh, to uh, to get a message from the Spirit, right? And pull. I would guess that you will have Bible verses that you'll point
Oh, for
to,
sure.
and things. So I didn't honestly until just this moment, which by the way, we're recording on Wednesday morning this week, far different than we normally do
Right.
Mondays or sometimes Tuesdays. I had some computer issues. I was out of town. So my appreciation to Carl, you've been really flexible through this. Thank you.
Absolutely. No problem.
And to everybody that watches, you got a little bit shorter time to get it out there, but you still get this opportunity to have this conversation. Um, but yep, there I went on a tangent and forgot what I was talking about. So, but
Uh, using a book that's not the Bible.
yeah.
That was kind
So
of the question. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, maybe others are feeling that
Sure.
too, and if you are, let's have that conversation.
Yeah.
I share that feeling with you, and having had that realization now, maybe we could talk that through. And
Sure.
you know, I believe this is a growing opportunity for individuals, for our church, for our family, to do something that's a little unusual. And that's honestly,
Mhm.
that's where I was at. I was excited for it in the sense that this is different. Okay, I like that. I like something new. That's part of why I love coming to our church, because we are doing different things like this. And now I feel settled in, like, oh, it's because I needed to I needed to have a little discomfort,
Sure.
uh, in
Yeah.
comfort. Yeah. All the
Discomfort.
not, yeah. I think this is right. This this is
I like
right.
in comfort too, or
In comfort,
uncomfort. Yeah.
uncomfort. Yes,
Yeah.
I am discomfortable. Yes.
Sure.
So thank you for letting me talk that out,
Yeah.
and for the series that's coming up. Very excited. As we wrap up this morning, do you have any final thoughts for us?
My final thought has to do with this weekend. And last week, I encouraged people to pray for the growth of our church. And what I want to kind of end with is there is a chance, right, that there's people out there that don't have a book,
Mm.
don't have the opportunity to listen to it, Um, but if at all possible, I would just encourage people. It's a very short read. I think you can listen to it in a couple hours, honestly.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
and just to have when we're coming in, and again, I just get done saying you don't have to read it. It'll still make sense. But I would encourage people because the way things are worded and the way it makes you think and what is being said, I believe are very, very important to the Christian walk, the Christian journey, if you will. I
Mhm.
believe is very important. So I just want everybody to take and if it's just the first four chapters, just get through the first four chapters. If it takes you more than 15 minutes, I would be surprised to listen to or read. But
Mhm.
just so that's back there. And we're not going to go into immense detail on the book. But what C.S. Lewis talks about in those books, or in those chapters, those letters, I believe is absolutely crucial to the Christian walk. So I just want to have everybody with their best foot forward coming weekend,
Mhm.
if at all possible. And again, if it's not, it'll still make sense.
Right, right. So you can always get something out of it.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
yeah, I absolutely believe that. Sometimes more than others. Sometimes the message is just for me, and I
Yeah.
appreciate everybody else sitting through it. But there are other times that maybe we just pick up one or two little bits that apply
Sure.
to our lives, and it's all worth it, especially in the end.
Yep.
Yeah,
Right.
for sure. All right. Well, thanks again, everybody, and we'll see you this Saturday or Sunday or sometime soon. In the meantime, God bless. We'll see ya.